Hello, welcome to Dungeon Bros Podcast. I'm your host Justin. Today we have another comic book review for you guys today. This time we're reviewing Metal Man Full Metal Jacket, which is published by DC Comics. It normally costs 15 US, 20 bucks Canadian. It's written by Len Wein, who's a big, comic book writer in the industry, even though I haven't heard of him. I only started hearing about this guy in the last 2 years, but everybody considers him a legend apparently. And the art is by a guy whose name I can't even pronounce this, but I'll try. Yildiray Cinar. And you have Trevor Scott and Dean White, who Trevor Scott did the inks and color by Dean White. Which the colors look great, so does the inks. Though the covers for this book are pretty bad, I would say overall, except for the main cover for the book where it's drawn by the in-book artist. My bad. Though the first cover by Liam Sharp is cool. Though one problem I have with this book is that on the covers they keep showing Metamorpho and Firestorm, and they're not in the books at all. So I don't know why they did that, but whatever. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that this book, even though it's called Metal Man Full Metal Jacket, this comic book is actually is taken from issues from a series called Legends of Tomorrow 1 through 6. So maybe those are characters in Legend of Tomorrow. I have no idea. Right? So the comic book is about what's his name? Dr. Will Magnus, who is the creator of the Metal Man team of superheroes, which the Metal Men are, let me double check, 6 robots who are shape-shifting liquid metal robots. So you have the leader, who is gold, and who's yellow. You have the red one is Mercury, who's like the funny one, the sarcastic, snarky one. You have Tin, who's like the lovable, gullible, kid of the group, but he's not a kid, but You have Iron, who's like the strong man one. And you have Lead, who's the bigger strong man one, but is kind of dumb. And you have Platinum, also known as Tina, as the sexy female robot, who keeps, who constantly, I wouldn't say she constantly flirts with Dr. Will Magnus, but it's subtle flirting, right? Which he works for the military, right? And the other people he work with is another doctor called Chantilly Lace, or Dr. Lace. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Even though it's like a American sounding, it looks American, but I don't know how to fucking pronounce it. And you have Lieutenant General Thelma Scaletti, which the female characters in this book reminded me of a saying from Brent Newell, who's anime reviewer, who has this constant criticism in anime that the women are just men with breasts. Well, in this book, the women feel like men with breasts to me, because they're constantly threatening violence and being not nice women. So yeah, the first story, they're stopping. Somebody hacked the U.S. military's missile men plane, which is this plane that will launch these robots called missile men, and will keep replicating them, and they attack a city. The metal men go to fight them, and they take down the plane by all coming together and forming artillery cannon, and having one of the robots as like artillery shell to shoot down the plane, which I thought was really cool. It turns out the person who hacked the plane is some hacker who turns out to be Calculator Man, which I'm like, holy shit, is that even a real villain? I guess so. Yeah, he goes by the name Nameless in the movie. Who's this hacker who they can't track because he keeps fucking like pinballing his his IP address all over the world, I guess. Yeah, who wants the Metal Man given to him, but the military are like, yeah, we're not just gonna hand over the Metal Man to you. We're just gonna decommission them, right? And Will Magnus decides to steal the Metal Man and run, where they get some help by Cliff Steele, Robot Man in the movie. Sorry, in the comic book. Sorry, I just reviewed the movie. That's why. Which nice to have a cameo by Cliff Steele, whom Will Magnus made the Cliff Steele Robot Man body. Wasn't Chandler? What's his name? It was Will Magnus, right? So they're on the run. The female scientist and the general decide to make new Metal Man to go after the current Metal Man, which the different Metal Men are. I'm trying to find a page where it has their names. There's like silicone, there's like lithium, there's copper, and I can't. There was magnetism, I think it's called. Yeah, magnetism. And aluminum. That's it. Yeah. So I think that was pretty much all of them, right? But they don't show up till near the end of the book. Nameless hacks Red Tornado, which Red Tornado looks really cool in the book, right? Right. And also you get cameos by Cyborg and the two Metal Man teams who initially fight each other team up to take down Chemo, where Chemo is in the book and he's like super tough he's super tough and like takes down, pretty much wipes out both teams of Metal Man, and then like Will Magnus rebuilds them, but can only save his guys and Copper. So now there's like 6 Metal Men at the end of the book with really shitty redesigns, which I prefer the current designs they had. So the book, though it's a modern book, it came out in like 2016. It has this old school feel to it. Like there's some like lighthearted comedy throughout the book. I really like the Metal Man team. They're very energetic. They're very old fashioned, old school. I don't mind their two-dimensional personalities. Like it almost fits because like it's like all together they're like a fully dimensional person. Will Magnus I thought was a pretty cool character as well, even though he's a little young. For me, I kind of like the old Will Magnus where he was like a professor type. He had like he would wear a professor suit, and like he would have like the wooden pipe and shit. I kind of like that old professor style, but the new Dr. Magnus, he's a bit younger, more rash, but he's still likable. Like I said, the female characters aren't so likable, but it's okay, right? It's fine. Overall, I thought the book was good, and I'm giving it, let's say a 6.5 out of 10. It was worth the $20 I paid for it, and I definitely want to check out more Metal Man stuff. It's the thing, if you're a fan of old school comics, but you're not a fan of the old timey art, I would say the art in this book is fantastic, except for the stupid redesigns.
that they get near the end, but that's only in the last page. And I'm pretty sure they went back to the old designs because I saw like Metal Man like review like last year, and they looked more like the old designs in this book, which I don't know why they would change the designs, because these designs look really cool, and they're not like the old-fashioned designs where like they didn't even have hair. Where only two of them have hair, gold and platinum. Yeah, so like I'm definitely gonna pick up more Metal Men books. They have at my local comic book store that's closed right now because of the stupid lockdown. He has like an omnibus that was like $60, and I was a little hesitant to pick it up. But after reading this, I'm definitely picking up that omnibus. So my next Marvel review is going to be the Avengers World Trust, which is this is a older book from my collection, but I'm reviewing it because I reviewed the Scott Lang Ant-Man movie, and this has Scott Lang Ant-Man in it. And also, at some point, I'm going to review the only Aquaman book I have, even though my Aquaman movie review didn't get any like views, but fuck it. It put me in the mood to read some Aquaman. Right. So yeah, that's it for today's review. I'll see you later. All right, peace.